technology is always a solution in the crisis. So technology will be really handy. There are multiple areas in which this technology would be adopted. One area is in the conduction of admission tests. The other area where technology definitely will play a most important role is in the learning space.
For online education to really become mainstream and enroll millions of students rather than hundreds of thousands of students, we need to have online degrees that are accredited by the various agencies.
My message to all the students and the higher education stakeholders is we need to double our efforts in this time in order to sustain and keep our economy afloat.
In India, we have to look at technology and education 4.0 as actually providing education to the uneducated, people who are not getting quality education.
Education 3.0 was nothing but technology driven. This is now going to be a permanent feature and is now going to figure in all the teaching learning activities of times to come.
Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar on emerging trends in hospitality industry and evolving teaching methods. We would like to, so the agenda of this webinar is to talk about the digitized guest experiences and contactless technology, personalized experience and extreme customization in today's day and age, evolving preferences of different age groups, work, vacations, staycations, and much more. And we will also talk about hospitality industry 2.0. So let me first introduce the respected and esteemed panel. We have Professor Prashant Sharma. He is the Dean of Academics, Faculty of Hospitality Management at Amrapali Institute of Hotel Management. Professor Sharma is a hotel management professional with more than 21 years of rich operational and academic experience in hotel management and operations ranging from concept building, menu designing, menu engineering, banqueting, guest interaction, crisis management, training and development, human resources, hiring and management. He is also a member of Board of Studies of various universities and is actively involved in curriculum upgradation, faculty development and corporate relationship development. He has published, presented several research papers in international, national journals, conferences, in the field of tourism and management. He is an alumnus of Institute of Hotel Management, Catering Technology and Applied Nutrition, Bangalore, and has worked with some of the most renowned organizations like Oberoi Hotels and ITC Hotels with the experience of supervisory as well as management level. We welcome you, sir. Next, we have Chef Pawan Kukreja with us. He is the HOD Hotel Management of Alpine Group of Institutions, a professional chef who is now an entrepreneur, 15 years spent in the hospitality industry, started the career with Intercontinental Hotel Group as a management trainee, then worked with brands like the Lalit, the Orchid, Radisson Hotels and Ramada to name a few. Currently working with Alpine Group of Colleges as the HOD of Hotel Management. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much.
We have Mr. Ajay Nautiyal. He is Faculty of Hotel Management at Kukreja Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. Sir holds a BSc in Hotel Management and Masters in Hotel Management. Faculty of Room Division Management at Kukreja Institute of Hotel Management, Dehradun. Sir has 11 years of experience, which includes 8 years of industrial experience in operation and sales and an academic experience of 3.6 years. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We have Mr. Ram Kumar Agarwal. Mr. Ram Kumar Agarwal is currently functioning as an assistant professor in the Himalayan Institute of Technology, Dehradun. Post completion of his schooling, he completed his BBA degree from Himalayan Institute of Technology. Later on, he completed 2 master's degree program, Masters of Arts in English Literature and Masters in Hotel Management with specialization in Food and Beverage Services Management. He has been functioning as a hotel management pedagogue for the last 4 years. Sir started his career as a banquet executive at Sheraton, New Delhi, a unit of ITC Hotels. He also had been awarded a Welcome Barista in the year 2012 by ITC Hotels. Following that, in 2017, he worked as a sales and marketing manager at WFI Marketing Consultants. With over 11 years of experience in the hospitality industry, Mr. Agarwal possesses good exposure towards hospitality management and has covered most iconic hotels during his hospitality career, including the JW Marriott hotels. As a department learning coordinator of F&B services, Mr. Agarwal got various opportunities to build his communication, customer handling skills, and ability to get things done cleanly. Furthermore, he had undergone several pieces of training to uplift his skills, namely a diploma in coffee expert, WSET Level 1 certification in wine preparation, bakery and confectionery training from leading bakeries in India. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
We have Mr. Vaibhav Sharma, Vice Principal, Amazon Institute of Hotel Tourism and Management. Sir is a hotel management graduate from the batch of 1998-2001, having around 15 years of experience in hotels and 6 years in academics. Sir is qualified hotel management person. NIES BUD certified trainer, presently working with Amazon Institute of Hotel Tourism and Management as a vice principal since 2015. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's start the discussion, and I will pose a question to each and every one of you first, and then we'll go from one panelist to the other. So my first question is that today's guests have grown to expect to be recognized and treated as individuals. They demand a very personalized experience. They want people to be around them but be invisible. And this is a trend that is being seen very recently, and but it is a growing trend. So my question to you is that since everyone here is in the hospitality academy.
Excuse me, Prasanji.
Ji, sir.
Prasanji, sorry to bother you. I'm unable to hear you properly. Means your voice is breaking in between.
Okay, sir. I'll try and speak slowly. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible,
Yes,
but in between your conversation, your voice is breaking.
All right, sir. I'll try and speak slowly. So I'll repeat my question. So today's guests have grown to expect to be recognized and treated as individuals. They expect people to attend to them, but then they also expect them to be invisible. They want a very personalized experience in today's day and age. So is there any teaching methods that that are being taught to the students in today, like now, by the esteemed panel here, or in the curriculum? Is something added to incorporate these changing trends? I will start with Professor Prashant Sharma.
Thank you so much. See, it's a very relevant topic to discuss upon because this is the era of hyper personalization. Now, we have certain data with us, and according to that, the Volcker Customer 2020 survey said that the personalization is going to be added as another P in market mix, and it is going to surpass the price and product by within few years only. Okay, so we can very well understand the importance of personalization or customization. Now, another data, what is reInvent says that 86% of the consumers want personalized service, and that is playing the role of decision making. So we are not in an era where the supplier dictate terms. We are not into a selling market. We are into a marketing market where you need to understand the needs of the customer. And as the hospitality business is very heterogeneous and every person is different, therefore his demand is also different. And we need to understand and create our product as per the requirement of the customer. Therefore, we teach a subject called CRM, Customer Relationship Management, as well as Marketing Management. where we teach the student to understand with the help of different research. They might also have to undergo a lot of research, and or maybe need to speak to the customer time and again with different time groups, with different age groups, with different sex groups, and need to understand what is the requirement of today's and tomorrow's customer, and accordingly design their plan, design their product. That is very important, and to teach the student, because minded today's student is tomorrow's future manager. So they need to understand the business properly. They need to understand the market properly. They need to understand what kind of strategies they may follow or practice to overcome this problem. Because your taste, my taste could be different. If there are 6 people in the panel, all 6 people may like different things. For me, probably I want my personal time. Somebody would like a gala time. Somebody would like to engage in the crowd. The third person may like to engage in adventure. For each one of us, leisure has a different definition. So therefore, we need to teach students.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I will put the same question to Chef Pawan. Sir, I hope you have gathered the question, and please, if you could share your views.
And the voice is very, very disturbing. Not able to hear much of it. In a second, or if you say it again, then I can put the picture.
Okay, sir. So the question was basically that today's guests demand a lot of personalization, and it is more than it used to be, and it is coming to a point where the guests expect the hospitality people to be invisible around them, but they need somebody to take care of them. So my question is that what is being done to incorporate that in the teaching methods?
First and foremost, as India is growing economy, now they have everybody wants.
So your voice is breaking.
When they come in a hotel, they
So you could try and turn off your video for a second.
should I start from the beginning?
Yes, sir. Yes.
As I said, now industry, if you see economy, which is growing at a faster rate than anyone is expecting. People have more of disposable income where we used to have it before. Now they have more spending power, and definitely now in India the trend is also coming that you spend in a weekend, and over the weekend you spend all your money. It's still not come, but at this point of time, when a person goes to a hotel, they expect a lot because they have learned from people they have seen. And I have seen in industry thing, people want more attention because they are trained and they want to relax. They want importance because they are trained. So that small part of the ego, to tamper it, they will be very happy. Now there are ways to teach our students how to tamper that ego. It's basically very simple and very few things to keep in mind. Only first and foremost, what I used to teach my students is listen to the customer first. What he says. They are not our customers; they are our guests. So if you keep these things in mind, these are two very simple things. If you listen to a person first, half of the thing is solved. Then what you have to do is whatever the person has asked for, and you complete it. That's it. And for that, you don't need a rocket science. What you need to do is follow it and don't forget it. And this is what is happening now. If you say the guest is also changing, earlier there was a class of people. Now the generation which is the person who is a CEO and a businessman and a person who's on a job. The thought process is totally different. CEO is a more nourished person. He walks in a different way. A businessman is a more, I would say, a person who is very practical, an employee who is always under pressure and always under everyone has a different concept. Now the perception is created once you come. Now, now when a person comes in a bar or a restaurant, everyone has a different. You need to understand how you have to deal with the person. These things will learn over the period of time, with the experience you have, and I believe that's it. That's a very simple thing. Manage the people, manage hospitality.
Right.
That's
Before
about
moving, right. Thank you very much, sir. And before moving on, I would request everyone to mute themselves if they are not speaking because of the disturbance. Thank you. I will move on to Mr. Ajay next, and I would put forth the same question. Sir, if you could please share your opinions.
Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, first of all, very good afternoon, all the panelists. And by keeping the both words in mind, personalization and customization, I would like to emphasize one word, that is KYC. That's know your customer. If you want to present a personalized service or customized service to our customer, we must know the customer. We must know who our clients are, who our guests are, what their needs are, what they want. Actually, in today's market, people have got money to spend on, but they just do not want to spend money for the amenities. They just want to experience each and everything. They wanted to experience the environment of their property where they have been moved to enjoy. They want to experience the attraction, things that they have done with the staff, how the staff have dealt with them, how the staff is treating them, how the staff is listening them. In this scenario, the proper combination with the guest is very much important. We got to listen our guests. We got to understand their requirements. Just because they are spending, no. Just because we want to be the leader in this market, if you want to be leader in the hospitality market, we got to understand our customers. Similarly, if we know them best, what their requirements are, then we have to put in the second stage that we have to fulfill their requirements. It may be amenities, it may be services, but personal attention is very most important thing in this. Total criteria. If we are able to make our employee aware of this thing, how important customer is for us, and how well we have to deal with them, how we got to welcome them, how we have to provide them the services. It's a big deal. Guests always do not want to have amenities. We are supposed to make them feel special, and they want the same from everyone who are dealing with them. And the same thing we have to make our students familiar with what is the importance of guests, who the guests are, how they are beneficial for us, what will happen if we are going to lose a customer or a guest just because we had provided all the amenities and services, but we to provide a personal attention to them. So similarly, if on the other hand, in the academics, if we will not make our students understood about all those things, whether it's the importance of guests, whether it's a personalized service or customized service, they won't be able to render those in the real time. So personalization and customization both depends on the KYC, know your customer, how well we know our customer. It's all about this.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Vaibhav sir, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, the video as well as the audio is not audible to me. Means I can listen a line and then missed out. Another one is missed out. So might be there is a problem of connectivity. But yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Sir, can you please share your views as well on the question, or can I repeat the question if you want?
Yeah, please.
Yes. So the question is, sir, that today's customer is very demanding and they want personalization and customization to a very great extent. So my question is that what are the teaching methods that are changing based on the same? Like, are students being taught something new to accommodate the demands of the guests?
Okay, teaching methods. Yeah, what I can say is, in our days when we used to study, So there were only simple, simple techniques. Means the faculties or the teachers, they taught you, they give you the notes, okay, and there was only blackboard. But now, if we talk about today's challenging time, so there are so many things, according to me, which we need to put in place while taking or conducting classes, because students are very demanding. They all are well versed with the latest technologies, latest gadgets. So we have to adapt that techniques, state of the art infrastructure. If any institution have state of the art infrastructure, like LED classes, LED projector classes, then OHP, then presentations, then group discussions. There are so many things which we can do, because only if you speak or if you teach a subject to a student, okay, verbally, one to one, okay, that there are 10 or 50 students in a class. They all have their mental strength. Some are weak, some are very intelligent students, or you can say that there are 5 fingers in a hand, both are different. So each student is different to us, and we need to teach them according to their mental ability, how they how they learn the things. So in our institute, what we used to do is in the morning time, in the assembly time, we have given half an hour to the students for morning energizers. So we used to play little games with them, which which enhance their ability. Means we need to understand which student has what caliber. So there are so many teaching methods or so many morning energizers. It's like games. So they get refreshed. They smile, they get refreshed, and once they come to the class, they're full in positive energy. So if we need to teach them, we have to adapt something different which relate to the student. I mean, if you are teaching any topic to them, or you have to give an example, so we need to find out some examples from outside through which our student relate better. Like we can give them an example like from a sports person. Every students have their favorite role models, so we can example them, because through that they can easily understand what we need to teach to them. So there are all these teaching, state of the art technologies which we use to train them. So apart from their studies, not only one-to-one classroom session, there should be something different to teach them.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. And I will move on to Mr. Ramkumar Agarwal, and then Professor Prashant Sharma can add something else. And yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Prashant. Firstly, I would like to thank you, College Dunia, for giving this wonderful opportunity, this your CD Connect. And as Professor Sharma said, like 86% of the guests are demanding for the personalized guest experience or personalized services. So I'm totally agreed with that. So when we are talking about the personalized guest experience, so hotel's personalization of service is the key to create an unforgettable experience for the guest, because this experience creates the wow factor among the guests. So this wow factor is very important these days, right? So now it is important that how we are going to deliver this personalized guest experience to the digitalized guest experience, right? So technology plays an important role, I believe, and technology is always is the solution in any crisis, like in this pandemic, because the question arises from this pandemic, right? Because the guest is want the contactless services. Guest is wanting of, like, they want the services, but they want the services in terms like it should be in a proper way, that they should assure the proper sanitation, hygiene, safety, and infection control practices. So how we are going to teach our students? So what we are doing these days, as I told that this pandemic has learned, like this hotel industry, hospitality industry has been hit by this pandemic, but we have learned something also. We have learned in aspects of, we are learning that we have learned, we are doing so many webinars. We have so many guests who are coming from the industry. They are teaching they are giving the students about the new aspects, how they are dealing with the guests. So let's say I'll give an example. So we have recently we had a webinar with the ITC Hotel. So what they have taught how the contactless booking is going on, how the guest is coming to the hotel, how they are dealing with the guest. The paperwork is less these days. So even if they are using the paperwork, if they are using the pen or paper for the signature, what they are doing, they have the ultraviolet radiation machines. All right. So in that they are disinfecting that paper and pens with that ultraviolet radiation. Further, when the guest is moving, so when they are using the elevators, so what they are doing, they are using the toothpicks. Instead of pressing the button with the hand, what they are doing, they are using the toothpicks and they are putting that toothpicks in the dustbin. So these are the things like, and this is important that how we have to deliver such thing to the students. So this is the most important thing. So what we are doing these days, we have done lots of webinars, we have done lots of industry experts which came with the help of this webinar and all. So they thought about how things have been changed and how this personalized services has been changed to the digitalized guest experience. This personalized guest experience has been totally changed to the digitalized guest experience, right? And when we are talking about how we are going to change this, similarly, I will give an example of the restaurant. The guest is coming to the restaurant, so earlier we used to have the menu cards and all. Now, what the restaurants are doing, they are just putting the 10 cards, only the QR code is there. Guest is handling his phone, he's just scanning that QR code. The entire menu comes under the guest and he can order. Digitalization, basically, digital menu. Even the guest is not preferring the tablet from the hotel. So, they are just scanning the menu and the entire menu comes under and they are ordering. Similarly, there are n number of ways, like there are contactless payments are there, contactless bookings are there. So many ways are there. So it is important that how we are going to deliver this to the students. So this is the only thing that earlier what we used to do, we used to go to the industrial visit and all. We used to, because in the hotel management, if you're talking about the hotel management, so we have to, it is not necessary that it's just not, we are dictating the things, this is the reception, this is the front office. It is important that they should know how the front office is functioning, how the restaurant is functioning. So this is very important. So now we are doing the virtual tour of the hotel. With the help of this virtual tool, they are doing how they are the guest is this is very important for the guest as well as the staff who are working there. This because the safety measures are very important. And I will tell one personal example. When I joined the industry, what we used to do, we used to use the sanitizer. When we used to enter to the restaurant, there is the bottle of sanitizer, and we used to use that sanitizer. At that particular moment of time, we just disinfecting, but it was the SOP, how we are going to do. We have to use the sanitizer, then we have to go to the operations, right? But now it is mandatory because of this pandemic, because of this coronavirus and COVID-19. So it is important how we are going to deal with the guest. We have to talk our students. So this is the way that how we are dealing.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. And I would also like to welcome Dr. S.K. Singh. Sir has just joined the webinar. Let me introduce sir. Sir is the Chief Operating Officer of Amrapali Institute of Hotel Management. Dr. S.K. Singh is a dedicated hospitality professional with a doctorate degree. He began his career with hotel industry as a professional chef when he mastered skills in operations and management. With over 8 years of experience as a chef and operational manager in hospitality industry, he opted to be an educationist. During his 20 years of academic exposure, he nurtured skills in managing educational institute, developing policies, strategizing, developing academic learning, environment and operation. He is also a member of advisory bodies of institutions, member of board of studies of various universities, actively involved in curriculum development, faculty development, student development, academic collaborations and corporate relationship development. He has also authored 4 books. He considers himself a learner and is keenly interested in learning new age teaching pedagogies and practicing them. We welcome you, sir. Sir, can you hear me? So we will try and establish connection with Dr. S.K. Singh. Professor Prashant, can you please add what you to the discussion?
I just wanted to say that everybody is in business for revenue, right? Minded whether it is any kind of business. And when we're talking about hotel industry, obviously, the more revenue you generate, better services you shall be able to provide to your guests. Now, there's an interesting finding that 36% of the customers, of the guests, are ready to pay extra if the hotel or the organization or the company is ready to tailor-make the program as per their choices, their preferences, customizing things based on their past experiences or feedback. So if they are ready, 36% people are ready to pay extra, just imagine the amount. Okay, and believe me, 36% is a very, very, very nice growth. And these people are the people who are ready to recommend the services, and their data says that 62% are ready to recommend the services to their friends or relatives and other people. So, as it is said, $1 or one satisfied customer brings two customers, and one dissatisfied customers takes back 10 customers. Imagine if 62% people are ready to be a brand ambassador, and minded 36% are ready to pay extra for the extra services, for the customized services, for the personalized services. I think we must take it very seriously and avoid standardization, rather look for personalization. And that is what we need to teach our students, to be very specific, to be focused about personalized services, going extra mile, creating a wow factor. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, sir. And Dr. S.K. Singh, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are. I think there is a network issue at my end. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, now you're audible.
I won't be opening up my camera because there is some network lag at my end. I'll try to switch on it in between, but you need to cope up with the camera.
No issue, sir. I will put up my question to you, and you can also share your opinions on the same. So,
Please.
In today's day and age, we have observed that a guest demands extreme personalization and customization. So, my question is that are there any changes being made in the teaching methods to accommodate the same for the guests?
Well, let me tell you one thing, that in India in hospitality education, we have been witnessing in the past also that the syllabi, they are not upgraded as per the requirement of the industry. That's a harsh reality, and we need to understand that. Here lies the solution for most of the hotel management leaders, that they can come up with their add-on curricula also, wherein they can add on these new things which are required. When I talk about personalization in hospitality, this is a buzzword which is going on nowadays. We see n form of curated services being offered by different groups. And when I talk about curated services, because it's more of adding on personalized experience for customers. And when I say adding on personalized thing, means I'm not talking about automation. Automation is an entirely different part. I'm talking about personalization here. So what happens is we need to look into the guest profiling, how this guest profiling are being addressed at hotel, and what are the new kind of services which are being added on. And these kind of new services which are added on for personalization of the guests should pass on to the institute, also at the leaders at the institute. They need to look into these things, that okay, these are few forms of personalization which have been now witnessed in our hotels. Now let's incorporate it in our, maybe as a case study or maybe as a SOP in practical domain, and it needs to be addressed. And there are institutions which are addressing it, and that too in a wonderful way.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. So, my next question to the panel is that the new generations have different requirements and needs compared to the old generations. A respondent from a survey said that older generations think about hotels and car rentals, younger generations think about Airbnb and Uber. So this is a major shift that has been observed in the hospitality industry. So again, I will start the questions. This time I will start with Mr. Vaibhav. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So please, can you share your opinions on the question, the same? I hope you could hear the question.
Yes, I understood. Yeah, it was a question. See, if we talk about today's generation, or if we talk about the travelers' demand compared to today's world, so one thing is clear, quite clear, that annual income of a traveler is increasing year by year. That means their disposable income is increasing, and that reflect in their traveling pattern also. Means if their disposable income is increasing, that means the number of travelers is bound to increase, okay, in the years to come. And now the different kind of services is being available at present, okay. And I can talk about like Google. Google have offered some. There are so many things that Google have offered for the travelers to use them and get to know about a hotel and how to book a hotel room and hotel bookings. Like Google travel ads are there. Google travel ads, it's a very very good opportunity because it converts your rate of booking, hotel booking, through Google Ads. You can find everything there, the star category and the hotel type, okay, and the the tariff also, or room tariff also, and apart from that there are trip advisors. Okay, a trip advisor, there are two parts of trip advisors. Like one is Trip Connect and another one is instant booking. So by these both tools, you can even book a room booked by their website itself. Then there is adopting mobile technology. Nowadays, everything is on your fingertip. Okay, whatever you require, you can find it on your smartphone. Means if you need to book a room, or if you go for the check-in, now the hotels are providing you an app, and through that app you can even enter your room. You do not need the room key also. It's a contactless, registration is being done by the mobile app also. So keeping these things like targeting tech-savvy guests on social media. We know that most of us are using social media, different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we used to see that if you go to a hotel, if you want to go with your family for an outing, so we are used to give the feedback for a certain property, and those positive feedbacks, when we used to see them, so we might get influence also. There is so many positive feedbacks are there, so we might try this hotel and that hotel. Okay, so that social media platform can it's a very good influence on the travelers who used to hire or you used to go for visit this thing. Then there is one more thing like focus on health and well-being. This keeping this COVID-19 impact in mind. If we see everyone, whether it's a traveler or another, everyone is very health conscious. Okay, so we need to provide them we need to give them the surety, and means keeping COVID protocol at mind. Okay, contactless, everything should be contactless, maximized. So those hotels who are offering these kind of facilities, so it's definitely going to attract the travelers also, or which increases the revenue for the hotels also.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. So I will move on to Professor Ajay. Sir, can you hear me? Hello. Okay. While we establish a connection with Professor Ajay, Dr. S.K. Singh, I would like your opinions on the question. That what are the changes we are doing in the teaching methods to accommodate the different needs of different generations?
Look, we cannot talk about one generation only. We need to talk about X as well as Y generation also.
Exactly.
When it comes to the millennials, yes, they are tech savvy. I do agree, and that's why we see there are a number of apps like Bolara, which is covered with Google, and then there is Jury, which is coming up. Which the Jury basically gives you is something which is tracking guest experience from the time of booking to till checkout. So all the guest experiences are being looked into. Most of the generation are basically the young generation, which is the millennial. They are no doubt they are tech friendly and they are into apps. They want everything controlled through their mobile devices. And for that, the hospitality industry, as said by the earlier speaker, that the industry is depending on various apps, wherein the food ordering is there. Then these apps nowadays they are using the virtual realities as well as the augmented reality, both the things. When I talk about the augmented reality, it can give the guest the feel of things. Like when I talk about feel of things, how this particular dish is going to look like, and they can even see demo of this being prepared, how it is being prepared. So these things, they are not only giving a wonderful experience. So now when it comes to the academic part, how these are being augmented in your academic curriculum. Again, I would say this is a big challenge wherein we as an academic, we need to look into, we need to closely have all these academic institutions, we need to have some kind of tie-up done with the hospitality industry. Like in our end, we have done a tie-up with Marriott Worldwide, wherein we are working on different things. We have also already done a tie-up with IDC also. We are in line with doing a lot of tie-ups with these hotels so that these new technologies, we can have access to these things, and we can get at least one app which can be used as a demo for our students. And through that particular demo, like if we get a demo like to login, we can demo the same to the students so that they get used to with these apps once they move into the industry, because they should have a early experience of these apps. Otherwise, they will be lagging behind. So certainly in academics also there are institutions which are trying to level best to incorporate the need of the changing work patterns of hospitality, and we are certainly incorporating these things into our curriculum.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. I will move on to Chef Pawan. Sir, if you could please share your opinions on the same.
Thank you. बीच में वहाँ लिखना पड़ता है।
Just a moment, let me switch off my video.
Right.
Well, I was listening all this and it was very interesting to know that young generation is using technology and booking through various mobile apps. Why did it arise? And the question says that why the generation has changed. The generation has not changed, I would say. My father uses his laptop now to book a ticket. The only difference is the technology was not there at that time. Now, the technology is there, you have resources.
Hello, sir. Hello. Pawan sir is not audible at the moment. I will try and re-establish connection. Meanwhile, hello, Pawan sir.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sir, your voice
Can
was
you hear
lost
me?
in between. Yes, sir. Now I can hear you. Please continue, sir.
Okay. As Mr. Prashant Sharma in between, he addressed that 36% of the customer wants to spend more. Why they want to spend more is because they save a lot of money in between because of the technology. Earlier, there was a travel agent in between, there was a further agent in between, then there was a hotel manager who used to pay commission, further ending up lots of cost to the customer. Now, OTA platforms are there. They give more, and since if you see, there's a lot of investment in India. Now they put in their own money and they get their own money, and that is to increase the customer base. Nowadays, the value of a company is based on the number of data they have, not the establishment or the area. If you see, Swiggy doesn't have, how much area does it have of the offices? It probably has very less office space, and if you see the amount of data, the value of the data is much higher than whatever it has in India. Now, coming back to the students and coming back to the people who are using technology and who are using Uber instead of different things, I have already said that they're saving money in it. First, saving money is my first thing. Even I do. Even everyone do. Everyone does the same thing. And now coming back to the students. Now, if I say students, we have to make them understand these technologies are used by the guests, and the same technologies are in the hotel. How you have to present it to the guest through your own software in the hotel. They are already present. There are several reservation systems. Your website is also hosting a lot of things. Your own application is there. You have all the offers now. Hotels don't want to have international chains attached to them. They are deflagging all the hotels and they are coming with their own brands. Probably they are saving the cost on the Android, and because the iOS present.
Hello, Pawan sir.
Can you hear me?
Sir, I could
Can you hear me?
Yeah. The last 3 sentences we couldn't hear, but we were following the comments very keenly before that.
Yes, that's all. And one last thing, earlier topic, like how we have to teach the students. What I believe, things are online now. You really don't have much to do, but when things come up, when things open up, there's something called a role play, a scale. You do it yourself, when you perform it yourself, then a student understands more, I would say. It is more of practical. Now the student, we give all the knowledge, we give all the teachings to them, but entirely it is up to the student how he behaves in the hotel and how he's trained enough. Now the training comes over the time. Only you can teach them what is the right thing to do. The right thing to do is giving them actual practical experiences, making at least 6-7 people making a spade out of it and performing and giving a situation. Then you give a person to handle it. This is the situation handling in a different way of role performance. This is what I wanted to add, and I've added. Thank you so much for that.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Ram, if you could please share your opinions on the same.
Yeah, I believe everything has been shared. But I will tell that again, the technology has plays a wonderful role in this. So when we are talking about, if we talk about a small company, let's say, so no one can run any business without the help of technology or without the help of.
So if I can interrupt you for a moment, I'll just tweak a question a bit for you because I think a lot of things have been shared on the same topic.
Yes.
So if a student has to cater to an elderly gentleman and
Hello. Mr. Prashant.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, I lost connection there. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Prashant, please.
Yes. So if you have to teach a student to cater to an elderly gentleman and at the same time he should have the skills to cater to a younger generation, a person from, as told by sir, the Y generation. So what are the differences and what are the unique skills the person needs to acquire to efficiently perform his duty?
See, the most important thing I think is the anticipation. We should anticipate the need of the guest, whether it belongs to X generation or it belongs to Y generation. So anticipation is one of the most important things. So this is one of the most important quality should be in the hotelier, that we should anticipate the need of the guest. That we are teaching, or we have also learned that we have to anticipate the guest need. So I think that's the only way that we should anticipate the guest need, how the guest is demanding, because any services comes after when the demand arises. So we have to understand the demand, we have to understand the anticipator.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So my next question is, so in hospitality, a trend has emerged, which is, not in hospitality, but all across the domains, sustainability is a very used word these days, and when it comes to hospitality, we have observed that vegetarian and vegan options also harbor well-known environmental advantages, and the guests are moving towards such options. So, as we have two chefs with us, Chef Pawan and Dr. S.K. Singh, I would like to start with them. So, Dr. Singh, if you could please share your opinions on the same.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Well, sustainability has to be and it will remain a big issue for hospitality industry to address. We, in the past, like if we move back 30 years back, also we were addressing this sustainability as an issue, and in coming future also sustainability will always remain an issue. Now, these changing trends being vegan menus or moving towards more health-friendly menus or looking into the various dietary practices which are being followed in different trends. The entire hotel industry is watching it very closely, and we as a chef, we know that we have an entire department which is supporting us with a lot of feedback, a lot of inputs coming in. And hospitality industry, if you go back 20 years later, in the past also, there also these menus were designed as per the customer needs. There also the nutritional aspects were looked into very seriously. And these nutrients will always be there, and it won't be a challenge for us. Rather, it will be a welcome thing for the chefs, and we will look into it very seriously as industry has been doing in the past. There are few things we need to look into, like how we are going to standardize our menus according to, how we are going to follow the guest history patterns of the past, so that we don't do any kind of mistakes. Whenever a guest is checking in, we know what kind of profile guest is having, what are his menu choices, and accordingly we suggest him the things which are good for him in terms of being a food choice, or in terms of being a healthy diet, or in terms of being a different kind of taste-based menu. So these things are looked into in the industry. It was looked into in the past also, and it will be looked into in future also.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. So I'll move to Chef Pawan next. And sir, as the trend is moving towards the vegan and vegetarian food, so is there special attention given while teaching students the same?
You're absolutely correct. Now, vegan food, kosher food, lots of things. People which they don't know, they didn't know about it. Now they are aware of it. Even Indians, earlier it used to be with only the foreigners, but now it is with the native food. They have gluten allergies. They know about vegan food, and to teach your chefs about vegan food is also a big task nowadays, because now in industry you face a challenge of sustainability of your staff also. You're not able to maintain that. You can keep on changing in 6 months. You train a person, moment later he is gone. So you have to continuously train people. And I believe these are not very difficult things. And the hype has been created, I must say. Being vegan is very simple. You don't have to be very with animal product. There are many variation of it. Some people eat food which is already fallen on the ground. Some people don't eat the food which is on the tree. So there are various versions of it, and as the version comes in, we learn it. And as the way we learn it, we teach our students and we teach our employees. Now, sustainability. If you think the sustainability comes in many aspects. If you can see in case of a hotel, sustainability is also in the case of energy. It is also in the case of maintaining the manpower. It is also in the case of your waste management. Now, sustainability not just lies in one single sector. I used to work for an Ecotel hotel. This is the Orchid Mumbai. It's one of the best Ecotel hotel in India. And what we used to do is sustainability in lots of areas. First and foremost, in the case of wastage management, the wet food. Now, if you can see, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has a system, the wet waste, the dry waste, and the dangerous waste. There is a system, but in India, no one follows it. The system was in place before also, but it is how people are aware of it and how relevant they take it. I'm very sure we have that car coming in every day. which I was taught by the Brahman movement. And we are still not following that red waves and the dry waves. But when it comes to organization, people follow it. Why? Because they are trained professionals and they've been trained like this. So sustainability is not just one thing. It is, I must say, it is even in your standards. Sustaining a standard is also a big thing. So sustainability, if you talk about in hospitality industry, it is not just maintaining your standard. It is also the wastage management, the power you use, and also the techniques involved in shaping things up. It is not just a gas interaction. It is moreover everything involved in that. That's about it.
Thank you very much, sir. And I will move on to Professor Prashant Sharma, sir. So there are many aspects of sustainability, and what do you focus the most on when you are teaching the students?
Thank you so much. See, there are different segments of sustainability, and it is not practiced today. It has been practiced for quite a long time. Long back, people understood the importance of sustainability and global warming. And as rightly informed by Chef Dukreja, Orchid was the first hotel in India to come up with green practices. And to them, ITC, when I was a part of ITC, we could understand the importance of it. And ITC in probably early 2000, late 1999, understood the importance of sustainability and global warming, or being efficient, energy efficient or so. So we started practicing for carbon negative, lead negative, water negative, XYZ. And mind it has been taught to the younger generation in the schools too. So today's generation, the younger generation very well understand the importance. The older generation may not think about, because they probably have not seen or are not worried about the ill effects, are not aware about the ill effects, that two things are going to go away from the planet Earth. They would not be able to see, the younger generation would not be able to see that. So, it is on the verge of extinction. So now we need to understand the point that whatever we are doing today should not put the future into the risk. And good thing is that the younger generation understands that. It's not only being vegan, people do understand the consumption of non-vegetarian items bring global warming, scarcity of water, and XYZ lot of things. So they understand it, and mind it, the vegetarian protein or vegetable proteins or vegetables are easily digestible. And we have seen that with the experiences of older generation, we have seen the ill effects of red meat or fat or sweet items or whatsoever. So they are very particular in terms of health, in terms of maintaining the planet Earth, because they know they are the future. They have to take care of the planet Earth, and that is the reason younger generation is very particular in terms about littering, water wastage, electricity wastage, coming up with smart apps, right? Coming up with smart utensils or energy efficient tools, energy efficient equipments, machines, and that is the only way out. And moreover, if you notice, the hotel industry is always switched over to the next level. They are working on the sustainability. They are working on being energy efficient, being carbon negative, being lead negative, and giving back to the planet Earth. So that is what is required, and we are teaching the same thing to the students. That it is moreover required. They must be told the importance, and with the environmental management and a subject like this, it is required to be taught.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. So, do we have Professor Ajay with us? Ajay, sir, are you with us? Hello, Ajay, sir. Okay. I think sir is not able to hear the voices. So, I'll move on to Mr. Vaibhav Sharma. Sir, could you please add something to the topic? Weber sir. Okay. Mr. Ram, could you add?
Yes, when we are talking about this sustainability, so as Professor Sharma and Sir Kukreja has already mentioned about it, so it was like the hotels are doing on this sustainability. I have read one article regarding that food that you asked about, the vegan and all. So it was like the food is going to be the medicine. So how it is going to be like now? If let's say we take an example, if the guest is having the menu and he just read about any particular dish, and in the description of the dish, if it is written over there that this dish is very beneficial for those who are diabetics or those who are basically suffering from any particular disease. So basically, these are the some emerging trends which are coming in this industry, like in food industry. And when we are talking about the sustainability, so I will also add one example of ITC Hotel, because I was also the part of ITC Hotel. So it was like ITC, it was leadership in energy and environmental design. So it was ISO 14001 certified hotels. Like ITC has the luxury brand, which all the luxury hotels were the ISO 14001 certified. So they work on this sustainability, as Professor Sharma has said about the carbon positive, zero waste recycle, water recycling, because the water which is using in the hotel, they are recycling the water and they are using for the other purposes, like in the they are using this kind of water and all. So sustainability is very important. So from schools, from colleges, the younger generation are quite familiar with this sustainability and how they are going to do in their future also. So it is how we are going to do this.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. And so we have a question from the audience, and it is in typical fashion, someone has asked about the career options in the hotel management and hospitality industry. So as we have the stalwarts of education, I think everyone can add to this, and I will start with Dr. S.K. Singh. Sir, if you could please inform our audiences.
Well, I don't. It happens quite often that the students do have this thing in their mind that hospitality, whether it's a good career or not, but it means they're not following up what is happening around them. Hospitality will remain a wonderful career option for students after 12th, and because there are reasons for that. Now, if you look into the trend which is prevalent, is that hospitality education is not limited to just hotels. It is much beyond that. The horizon is very big. The entire service sector is catering hospitality. Okay, and if you look into other aspects also, if you look into the curriculum part of hospitality, the curriculum of hospitality education makes you a wonderful human being as well as a disciplined manager for future. And that's why we can find hotel management graduates working in different aspects, different streams of life. You can find them into banking, you can find them into hospitals, you can find them in event management sector. They are leading in retail also. They are doing wonders in amusement industry and event management. So they go to various vertical horizons, and then there are government jobs for them. They can move into armed forces. Most of these students, they don't understand that they can start at officer level after doing a hotel management degree in the armed forces also. So, and because if I talk about my hill terrain, most of the students they are crazy about going to armed forces, and they start their career from entry level in armed forces. But if they do a hospitality 3-year program or a 4-year program, they can start their career at officer level, and that will be a wonderful thing for them, because then they will retire at a position which is something which they never thought about. And then there are different levels. Look, hospitality education, if I talk about, is how you prepare yourself. It should be your natural choice. It should not be a forced choice. In most of the cases, what we have seen is hospitality becomes a forced choice for students. it has to be a natural choice, because until unless you are passion driven, you cannot take this career in a serious way. There are students, there are opportunities, and the hospitality industry is transforming like anything. We have seen the time when there used to be no weekly offs. Then we have seen a time that when there were 1 weekly off. Then now we are seeing that there are 2 weekly offs. The time limits and durations are set in hospitality, and still there are a lot of myths which prevails. So hospitality is going to be a wonderful career option, and students, they should not worry about it. They should understand the in-depth. They should take on some kind of career counseling session with some career counselor, because there are different level of appointment also. They can be recruited as management trainee, they can be recruited as operational trainee, they can, and if nothing, then they have an entry level choice in their hand. And the salaries also, they are changing with every year. And believe me, after this pandemic, anybody who will remain in hospitality industry is going to grow like anything. If you look, study the research part, after 3 or 4 years, because the HR will struggle for trained manpower, and that's the time when you will see a lot of changes coming into the HR practices also. I've been talking to a lot of HR directors. They have started thinking seriously upon that. So, coming few years, it will transform the industry like anything. So they should go ahead, and they should not have any question in their mind when it comes to hospitality.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
I think I have addressed.
Thank you, sir. So, do we have Mr. Vaibhav sir with us? Vaibhav sir, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Right.
If you could please share your opinions on the career prospects in the hospitality industry, sir.
So I was just listening to Dr. S.K. Singh sir. He very well explained about it. There is no doubt that after completing your hotel management, that does not include only hotels. So apart from hotels, there are so many other professions where you can work only on the basis of your hotel management curriculum. I mean, be it a diploma or a degree. As you said, because I have been a part in my earlier years, I have been a part in facilities. I used to work in Wipro as a facilities supervisor. So we can say apart from hotels, there are facilities. There are now lots of multinational firms are coming up, like Walmart through FDI. They're investing in India. They're coming up in India. So you have opportunities in Walmart as well as Pantaloons, Big Bazaar, everywhere. Even in the hospital sectors also, all private 5-star rating hospitals, including Escorts, Manavati, Lilavati, you can work over there. There's the same, designation over there. There is a executive chef there. There are F&B managers there. Apart from that, you can work in banking sector also. So there's the HDFC, ABN AMRO. So there are lots of opportunity. Apart from that, you can even enter in the defense forces also, as well as in railways, airways, catering, and private sector, as well as in government sector also. There are lots of opportunity. Or if you are good in your studies, you can even, if you have experience with it, then you can even try for the IHM also. You can be a lecturer. So it's a central government job. You can work over there also, and in India and abroad also. In tourism sector and the hospitality sector, there are lots of options. Means cruise line ships are there. Then UK, US, everywhere you can work. In our days, it is very very impossible to get a decent job abroad. But nowadays, there are so many genuine agents are there. So through them, you can get a job. Even the cruise line ships also, if you go to a market, you will find 10 agents looking. Means they can promise you a job in cruise line ships. But the student does not know. They pay 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 7 lakh rupees for the job in cruise line ships. But the job, finding a job in cruise line ships, you do not have to pay much. It's only for the visa and for the seat. So there are lots of options, and student, all the professions are equal. We won't say we are the superior one, but yeah, I can guarantee you that after completing your HM, you have so many options. Means you have endless opportunities in the field of hospitality and tourism. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, sir. Ajay sir, can you hear me? Ajay sir? Okay. I will move to Professor Prashant.
I'm sorry, I'm disturbing you in between.
No, please,
can I be excused? I have a meeting lined up again.
No problem, sir.
I wish that I could have attended the entire session. So sorry for the discomfort. Please allow me to leave the meeting.
Please, no issue, sir. Thank you for coming and for enriching the conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So I will move to Professor Prashant and ask him the same question.
Thank you. See, it's an important question, and a lot of people do ask. And if somebody is asking, means he or she is serious about the career. And I want to quote something like, "It is very difficult to find unemployment after doing hotel management. Unless you are somebody who actually do not want to do anything, then only you will not be able to find a job.
Naveen sir.
Otherwise, people with genuine efforts, people who are actually willing to work, get a job. Now, there could be a difference, right? You may become a management trainee or an HOT or maybe an entry level job. But it depends upon how much efforts you put in. Now, I do not understand there's a myth for females actually. I heard from a lot of people that they say that it is not a very good line or a good profession for females. Now, I want to tell you something. If you have visited hotels, I'm sure you would agree that every corner there is a CCTV camera. Right? Whether it is the back office or the front. Even the passages. Wherever you go, the entire hotel, except the room, except inside the room, wherever you go, you are in the cover of a CCTV camera. Now with that, it actually promises you that nobody can take you for granted. Something is recording you for 24 hours. Okay. And if you're working as a female, the accommodation is the responsibility of the hotel. The pick and drop is the responsibility of the hotel with a female guard. Right? And this industry, especially the HR, takes a very good care of females and they ensure that nothing goes wrong with females. And there's a reason for it. Females are natural empathizers. They have this thing, in their nature, to be patient, to be empathetic with people, to service people, and that's their nature. And the industry wants to utilize those skills actually, the personality traits, and that's the reason all the hotel chains prefer to take girls. So it's a wonderful career for girls. For all the boys, mind it, the Indian hospitality industry is an infant stage. अभी बहुत छोटी सी है. It is an infant stage, and it is growing. And mind it, the Indian economy was growing probably at 7.5%, but the hospitality industry, the tourism industry was growing at 15%. Just imagine the size of hospitality industry in coming 3-4 years. And just because of the COVID, a lot of people, switched over to different other, jobs or whatever. So people who are joining now, as rightly quoted by Professor Singh, they will have a tremendous scope in years to come. Tremendous scope. And future shall be very, very, very bright. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So my next question, adding on to what Professor Prashant said. So there is a certain perception about hospitality industry that it is not, a very well sought out profession, and due to COVID, even further that perception has, augmented. So I would like to go to Chef Pawan to gather his comments on the same.
You said the first line that it is not very well looked upon as a profession. I'll be very practical with you, and it's very funny also. When my parents used to look for a girl for me, now there was a trouble. Beta hotel management kiya hai. So then there were very less chances of things getting transformed into a marriage. So whatever said and done, it is how you look upon things. one thing I wanted to add to the last question of the hospitality industry as a career. See, you take any professional course at a graduate level. I believe hotel management is a very good course. It depends on how you drive yourself to success. How dedicated are you? Everything, if you anything, commerce, arts, humanities, whatever your field you might be, you have to be good. You have to follow it. It is not just hospitality. Even if you do hospitality and you don't follow it properly, probably you'll end up doing nothing. There's an engineer I know who's become a photographer. There's an engineer who's become now I have a friend who wants to be a chef and he's an engineer. He looks upon me and he's like, I want to learn something from you and I want to come to your outlet. It is all on what you want. If you love something, you will definitely be successful. Be it any industry, not just hospitality. Now coming back to hospitality industry, it has got every day is a new day here. Every day is a calming day. And how well you follow the things which are coming to you, the challenges which come to you, how you react to it is basically in India, the industry is little harsh. Work timing are high, which is improving now. Even the girls are coming in. Everything is improving in India, as Mr. Sharma said. It is at a nascent infant stage, and I will now coming back to the second question, taking as a career is not comfortable. Well, I believe Sanjeev Kapoor was a person who transformed health. Earlier, my relatives used to call me a Behra or a Misalji. I'm very practical what I'm saying. But because of him, now people know what is a chef. Now Master Chef has come up. There are lots of things which have come up in the industry. I'm talking about the entertainment industry. People believe in what they see. Now what they are shown and they believe in it. Now they know what is a chef. And to be very frank, now people know what chef only. In the hotel industry now they see it's a chef on. So it is it's emerging, it's evolving, I must say. And now it is looked upon as a good profession because people who are next to me, near me, I was one of the youngest in the industry. I don't know, there were many young chefs, but I was one of the youngest executives there. And before lockdown, I even had an offer of a general manager in a good hotel. But because of the COVID, everything became in a different topsy-turvy way. But again, I'm not lost hope. I'm waiting for things to come up and open up. And I'm definitely sure these 2-3 years has given me more to learn, and I've worked in the ground zero level now. So I am I'm being very positive, I must say. I'm not very negative, I'm being positive, and this is what you need if you want to grow in life, not just hospitality or any field. You need to be positive in what you do, and you need to love what you do. If you do these two things, I must say everything is solved. That's about it.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And I would move on to Mr. Ram. Sir, do you have anything to add to?
Yes, I will add. I think sky is the limit after doing the hotel management. And I will add one more thing, like doing hotel management or any other. So there are few things. You should be passionate. Passion is required. Discipline is the most important thing. So whether we are doing the hotel management or whether we are doing anything, so I think discipline is the most important thing. After that, it's about the dealing with the people. Every day we are going to deal with the different people in the hotel. So whenever we are dealing with 50 people, 100 people, n number of people, like each and every day, so our skills are enhancing. In terms of whether you are in the any department, you are in the F&B office, you are in the front office, you are in any other department. Even earlier, what used to have, like chefs doesn't come, like now guest want to talk with the chef. Guest doesn't want to talk with the manager, restaurant manager, right, chef? Now the guest want to talk with the chef. So these are the things now it has been changed. So we have to much more passion about this. And I believe hotel industry is one of the best industry. Like if you have seen many articles, like Marriott was the group is the #1 company to work, right? So there are n number of things. So in this current situation, when we are talking about this COVID situation, so hotel is the one of the area that they want to secure their staff first. Vaccination has been done from the hotel side. they have given the accommodation also those who are working in during this pandemic, because some of the hotels were in the operations. So the safety measures, the security measures, whether in terms of guests or whether in terms of staff, so each and everything has been provided by the hotel. So I believe the hotel is one of the most best, not in hotel, but in the hospitality industry, I must say. So
Right.
that's it.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you very much, everyone, for coming to this webinar and being part of this discussion. I am sure everyone who watched this webinar gathered a lot of insights about the hospitality industry and the career opportunities in the same. So I would like to thank each and every one of you, Prashant sir, Ramkumar sir, Chef Pavan, Vaibhav sir, Dr. S.K. Singh, who's left the meeting, and Ajay sir, who I'm not sure is able to hear us at this moment. But thank you very much, everyone, for coming and being a part of this conversation. And I hope you all enjoyed interacting with each other. And
Just want to add one thing and want everybody to look at the brighter side. The world was thinking that the hotel industry or the tourism industry will be able to revive only by 2024. But minded, the Indian domestic market helped the industry a lot. And we have seen a very successful September to till March time during the last financial year. And I'm in touch with a lot of people, and everybody has been saying that the new season which is upcoming is also very promising and are sold out. All the dates are sold out, and we must have read in the newspaper or the television that all the leisure places were sold out during weekends or festival season. So we have a very bright side coming up. Minded, जो खराब होना था वो हो चुका है. It's already been done. We have seen the worst. Now with every coming day, we are going to see the brighter side.
thank you very much, sir. And if anyone wants to add something like in the last, they can.
Well, we spoke a lot, and we'll get on next time.
Yes, right. Okay.
Anyone who wants to get in touch with me can get in touch with Instagram and Facebook. They want to ask any question, I'm always there to help.
I will share each and everybody's contact with each and everyone. So you can all connect with each other. And thank you all for coming.